Oh, don't you dare. Dobbin is in. It's a joke. I have more chance of winning the Champions League than I have of winning the Premier League. It's an absolute farce. I changed the game. I moved my formation up. I've been done by this clown. We've got Liverpool next. I'm sure I'll probably beat them. And a quite incredible turnaround so far from Leeds, going from 2-0 down to lead 3-2 here at Anfield. Into the 82nd minute, Dieters whips the ball in. Corner at the back post. It's 4-2. 4-2 to Leeds United. This team. Baffling. That's right, viewers, it's another episode of the Leeds Save, and it's another weekend upload. I'm just enjoying the save so much right now that I thought I'd do an extra episode for you all today. And as you can tell, yes, we beat Liverpool 4-2 at Anfield, but that was over 2 months ago. And I know I said I was going to go back for the Villa and City games, but it turns out that they didn't really mean too much. The City aren't really involved in a title charge, and since then, I've come to the end of January. There have been a few big games in between now and then, so we'll run through them very quickly because quite a lot has happened. We'll start off from that Liverpool game. We beat Derby 3-0. We beat Inter in the Champions League Group G, which means that we were the only team undefeated in our group all the way through, qualified top with no issue at all. We got the 1-0 away in Italy with the backup brigaders. We followed that with a disappointing 3-2 defeat away at White Hart Lane against Tottenham, or the new White Hart Lane, whichever you prefer, aka the Toilet Bowl. Beat Middlesbrough 2-0 in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, which we'll get onto in a minute. Beat Aston Villa 3-1. Drew City 1-1 with Alfredo Morelos getting a last-minute equaliser from Leonardo Coutrin. Square ball, if you can believe it. Beat West Ham 3-0, drew Leicester in the FA Cup third round, but then went through on a replay afterwards. Beat Crystal Palace 3-1 on the first leg of our Carabao Cup semi-final, and we're going to come back for the second leg today, but we'll go through that again in a minute. I've got a lot of things piling up right now. Drew 1-1 with Brighton, because we never beat Brighton, but then beat Watford 5-1 for the second time this season. Then got a big 2-1 win away at the Etihad against Manchester City, which is one I was not expecting. They are really in poor form. Carlo Ancelotti was sacked from them subsequently in the game afterwards. They were after me in the summer and I said no, and I'm glad that I did. Annoyingly, we just drew 0-0 with Watford in the FA Cup fourth round, which means I have a replay to do. Whew, that was a lot to get through. But it's not the only things that's happened. There have been comings and goings on the transfer market, and I'm in a little bit of a conundrum. First out the door was Luis Mendoza for a whopping £34 million. He went to Guangzhou R&F over in China. Very good player, but wasn't getting in the first team, put it that way, and I couldn't see him getting that much better. So sad to see him go, and he had a good stay with us, and his first season was very good. Second season, not so much, but you can tell there. 24 appearances over 2 years is not good enough for a player of his quality. He wanted to have first team football. I couldn't guarantee it for him. So I let him go for a whopping fee, which means we actually made a massive profit on him. You can tell they're £20 million profit. Very happy. We also made a profit on controversial character Gilberto Antonio, who has now gone to Steven Gerrard and Leicester City. Bought him for £14.75 million over 4 seasons ago, or 3 seasons ago. And yeah, just thought it was about time I let him go. He was obviously first team in 24-25, but with the emergence of Tyler Collins and Andy Harwood coming through, as well as Odita on loan, I think we've got enough cover to let him go. He's a very decent player, but again, a player that wanted first team football, deserves first team football, and I can't give that to him. So he has gone down to Leicester. And the one that is giving me issues is Dennis Popov, who has finally gone to Porto, and he went for £14.5 million, which isn't brilliant because I bought him in for £20 million, although he is getting a little bit older. I couldn't sell him for much more than that. His contract was running down, and I thought instead of kind of wasting my time and trying to get whopping money for him, I might as well sell him for what I can do rather than him running down his contract. That has left an unfortunate hole in the back four here, although Tyler Collins can play as a centre-back, which is kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. But you can tell here when we go to right-back, we've got a few slight issues. I have, however, brought in some new signings in the shape of, we'll start with Molina first, Omar Molina. Now, a backup winger for Branco Cornea, which is something I think we can all get on board with, because when Cornea is not fit, we don't really have anyone else that can kind of fulfill that role. Omar Molina can definitely do that. 21 years old, Chilean international, played very, very well so far for Marseille, which is where we got him for. 22 goals in 77 games for a winger is not too bad. He's only 21, like I said. Potential is very, very high. I think he's got some very good attributes to start with. A player that we can definitely work with. Physically, he's brilliant. Mentally, pretty good. Technicals use a little bit of work, but he will improve while he is here. And the best thing about him is that I got him for £9.5 million, which I think is an absolute steal for a backup. for Branco Corneo. The guy I'm most happy with is this guy, Thiago Bellico, or Bellico, I think that's how you say it. Let me know in the comment section how you think it's pronounced. But wow, is all I'm going to say to him. Whereas Gilbert, we bought for £50 million and hasn't quite cut the mustard. He's now out on loan. Thiago Bellico I got for a modest £20 million, and his record speaks for itself, to be fair. 10 goals and 15 assists last year for SCP down in Brazil, and 10 and 9 the season before that. He is a player, I think, that could become very, very good. Physically, pretty decent, but it's the mentals and the technicals that excite me a lot. 17 passing and 19 technique, 16 first touch, 16 off the ball, 17 vision, 16 work rate. Composure's very good. Decisions are decent. I think he could be amazing. Plays as an advanced playmaker, so when the Moko is not available, this guy can step in, or him and the Moko will be fighting it out for that advanced midfielder position, because that's also the kind of formation that I'm now using. The 4-2-3-1, I've gone on the offensive, and so far, it's worked pretty well. As you can tell from the very good form that we're in. So naturally, I do have a slight issue at the back then in terms of depth, but I found a player that can definitely fix that, and that player is Israel Pena. Now, I've been trying to get Israel Pena for the best part of all of January, and as you can see why. He's exceptionally good. For a Spanish centre-back that can also play at right-back, he's exactly what I want. But, I have to pay £30 million for him. I can do that. The problem that I've got is that my budget is 11.65 million. Now I'm annoyed because I can't work out the math of how that works. So in January, I've sold Mendoza for 34 million, Gilberto Antonio for an extra 20, so that makes 54, and then sold Dennis Popov, which gives me around about 70 million pounds. I've spent 30 million pounds of that, so I should have 40 million pounds in the coffers. 11.65. I have no idea where it's gone. And then I look at the finances and I can see what a great place that we're in. I asked the board, can you please give me the money to sign Pena? No, they're not having it. So me and the board are not on good terms right now at all. So I appreciate that was quite a lot to get through. But the thing that you need to know is that we're doing very well. We're currently 5th in the Premier League, but not too far off top. We're only 8 points off United. Having said that, though, we're level on games. But we do have a game in hand on Spurs, who are playing very, very soon. So we could actually go ahead of them into the Champions League places, which is, to be fair, the aim of the game this year. I'd like to point out that Leonardo Cucurella has suddenly hit form, and now he's the second highest goal scorer in the Premier League. Just putting it out there. But we're only going to have one game today, and that game is against Crystal Palace in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Whoever wins this will be meeting Liverpool in the final, and a team obviously we have beaten. So I'm feeling relatively confident if we can get through this game that we might be able to get our first piece of silverware in the coffers. For those who don't know, Crystal Palace are actually 9th in the Sky Bet Championship, so this is a game really that we should be winning quietly, quite comfortably, which is why I'm going to mix up the lineup today. I'll be back with you in a minute. As I said, because Crystal Palace are in the Championship, I'm feeling that we can get away with playing a slightly weakened lineup in comparison to what I would normally put out for a semi-final. So with that in mind, it's the backup brigade. McCrory's in goal, Jamal Lewis is at left back. Not really played that much this season, but has been quite good when he has played. Pankov and Petr Santiago make up the defensive two, which is worrying. Harwood is playing at right back, and Harwood normally a left back, but can play on the right, which is very decent. Calvin Phillips is in support of Zamblé, who's carrying a slight knock in the middle of the park. Then you've got Vinicius Junior on the left, Bellico in the middle, who has made his debut, but making his debut today will be Molina. This is only Bellico's second game. And of course, Alfredo Morelos is leading the line up front. So we're leading 3-1 from the first leg. All we need to do here is go and get another win. Or at least just, don't lose by 2 goals, and that'll be fine. This is a good chance for the backup brigade to actually kind of prove to me that there's spots available in this lineup at the moment. No one is safe in my starting lineup at the moment. We've got a lovely kind of settled first team, but at the same time, I am very, very open to rotation. I've been doing a lot more in the way of substitutions and making sure that people get game time, so everyone is match sharp if they need to fill in. As Bellico gets our first height and he whips it in. That's unlucky from our Brazilian new number 10. Very, very excited to see how he gets on. Haksabanovic obviously starts off at West Ham, I think, in the save. He's out on the left-hand side for them today, and he's giving Andy Harwood a little bit of the run around here as he tees it in. Brilliant save by Robbie McCrory. Legend. I was saying about the Carabao Cup being our first piece of silverware. That's not necessarily true because we won the Europa League the other year, didn't we? So what am I talking about? There's only been a couple of highlights, the Bellico free kick and obviously the shot from Crystal Palace, but other than that, not really a lot to really get too excited about in this first half, which is fine by me, but Pankov seems to be having a decent game at the back. He actually asked me the other day if he can go out on loan because he's not got enough first team football. Trust me, mate, considering you're the only third centre-back I have in this team, you'll be needed. Gomez whips the ball in for Crystal Palace and Grilic hits it over the bar. We're not playing particularly well here. We're not asserting our game. Even though this is the backup brigade, we've got enough talent here to definitely be playing a bit better. And a little bit upset with some of the players here that are meant to be kind of staking their place for a first team spot. And it's not really working. Mainly Morelos, Vinicius Jr. I'm expecting more from them. 0-0 at the break. I mean, we're going to go through, but I'm not happy at all. So I guess I'm far from pleased. It's been really poor. Gomez over the ball again here as Crystal Palace continue to have free kicks and set pieces, and they've scored from Florian Grillitsch, who missed one earlier on in the first half, has got a goal back here. I'm slightly concerned because Crystal Palace are only one goal away now from taking this to extra time, and I'm getting a little bit annoyed, especially at Vinicius Jr. He's a player that's now competing with a fully fit Durame for that left wing position, and he is not taking it by any stretch of the imagination. It's been really poor. I'm going to take off Vinicius Jr. I'm going to bring on Leonardo Cutra, and he's going to go up front, and Morelos is going to move out to that left-hand side. Maybe get him a little bit more involved in the play, because it seems like he's not really touched the ball that much at the moment. And Zamble, who's carrying that knock, isn't playing particularly well either, so I'm going to take him off and bring on Adelio. Hopefully, the magic man in the middle can make things happen for us. Adelio's been such a big part of our team this season. He's played so well in that Mazzala role, and he's really the guy that links everything together. Gomez, another set piece, another header. It's 2-0. Forget the West Brom game. I just need to make sure we make it to the sodding final at the moment. It's great that they can't do anything from anything other than set pieces. This is a nightmare. What is happening? Their championship. What's going on? I have to bring on the big boys. I'm taking off Morelos. He's been absolutely atrocious. Bringing on Corneo, and we're going to swap him and Molina. This is not good. I am not happy. I'm not happy. I did not expect this in the slightest. I thought this would be the cakewalk. Harwood on the ball. Defensively, from open play, we've been fine. It's literally just the set pieces that's been the problem. Calvin Phillips, it's a decent-ish ball to Molina. First time I've seen him on camera. Molina into Jamal Lewis. Jamal, go on, mate. Do something good. Lewis into Calvin. Do something good. Not rubbish, mate. There's a big difference. We've got lucky there. Belico, lovely ball into Branco Corneo. Please just finish this. Corneo, oh my god, he's missed it. No, mate. That was awful. Well, we had a highlight and we completely fluffed it. My best player has completely fluffed it. Corneo, set piece. You can tell now we've suddenly woken up as Molina nearly scores on his debut. An unlucky header at the near post. At the moment, I don't know if we're going out because I don't think away goals count. Do away goals count? If away goals count, we're going out, which is horrendous. Since I brought the big boys on, we've been much better, but I don't want to have to bring on the big boys to win these sorts of games. For God's sake. Corneo on the ball, goes up against his man. He's really livened everything up. Corneo whips it in. Leonardo Cutra. Let's just not talk about it. Another highlight. We need a goal to secure a place in the Carabao Cup final, and at the moment, it's not looking likely. Adelio, ball over the top to Branco Corneo. He's in around the back. Teaser. Andy Harwood. Oh my God. Cutra blocked the shot. Oh no, the Cutra brigade are going to love this. Andy Harwood absolutely smacked that. That's going in, and Cutra's blocked it. Cutra's blocked that on the line, basically. I mean, it's unlucky. He didn't mean to be. Oh mate, he's blocked it. Leonardo Cutra's just blocked a goal line shot from Andy Harwood. I don't believe it. We need this. Corneo whips it in. Last minute. Pankov, get in. Get in. It's been a terrible performance, but Radovan Pankov, much maligned by me for not being good enough, has saved me and got us into a Carabao Cup final. It's harsh on Palace. Well, not really. They've been absolutely terrible. All they've done is have set pieces. But we've scored from a set piece now, and they're pushing again. Even if they score now, it's definitely going to go to extra time. Pedro Diaz on the ball, moving forward. Don't make it go to that. And McCrory manages to save it. I don't believe it. I genuinely don't believe it. Oh, God. It's not exactly the game I was hoping it would be. I thought we'd win that a lot more comfortably. We got through. We're there. We're going to play Liverpool in the final. I don't believe it. Somehow we got there. Pankov, you legend. That was tough. Actually, I have to say that was exceptionally tough. A lot harder. You have to give Palace credit. They really put us up against it. But there's a bit of a grit in this Leeds team. I'm very, very, very pleased. And so the next time that we come back then will not be for the Carabao Cup final, but it'll be for the first game of our Champions League knockout round. And we've got a little bit lucky. We've drawn Zenit St. Petersburg. I say we're lucky. They have got the ability to beat anyone, really. And they have got an old favourite in Nicholas Opoku playing for them at the moment. So, obviously, against his former team in us, it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. But I'd fancy us over two legs to get through that tie. And that puts us then into the quarterfinals, potentially. But if the Crystal Palace game is anything to go by that, I might not want to count my chickens too early. But we'll have that Zenit game, and then we'll have the Tottenham Hotspur game, and then the episode after that will be a one-off special in the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool, which is going to be mightily, mightily exciting. Thanks so much for watching this episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do drop a like on the video, share, and subscribe. We're nearing the 1K. It's been an absolutely brilliant journey so far, and hoping that we can reach there before the end of the year. It'd be absolutely amazing. So if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure that you do. I will also be streaming tonight on Twitch at twitch.tv/MikeRo14. My Ajax saver, we're going for domestic invincibility. Hopefully you can join me there at 7 PM and you'll be able to have a laugh, come and chat with me in the rest of the stream. But if not, I shall see you for another Leeds episode tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Thanks for watching. Until I see you again, stay cool. Get in!